What's up? This is Money Mondays, episode 6. My name is Jamarcus Traham. I'm known as Jay with the NBA on social media, on Instagram. All right. This is episode 6. I'm talking about money circulation, right? This is part 2. All right. Last week I talked about interest rates and how the interest rate is circulated on to you by the time the banks end up getting it from the Federal Reserve and giving it on to the customer via loans, right? So now I want to talk about money circulation when the customer gets the money in their hand, all right, and how it gets circulated back around, all right? So this is money circulation lesson 2, all right? So let's say you are working, right, and let's say you are person A. Person A is working. Person A has $1,000 that they have made, right? And they decided, okay, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna save my money. I'm gonna keep it in the bank. Person A decides to deposit that $1,000 into Bank of America, right? So, according to fractional reserve banking, the bank only has to keep 10% and they can loan out the rest. He's like, Jamarcus, what is fractional reserve banking? Fractional reserve banking means that a bank can keep a fraction of what people deposit in it in its reserves. And that means they can loan out the rest. All right. So the current ratio in America for fractional reserve banking is 10%. All right. Right now in 2020, the ratio is 10%, which means that when person A deposits $1,000, the bank has to keep 10%, which means the bank keeps $100 of that, which means the bank can then in turn loan out the other 90%, which is $900 to person B. All right? So it has moved from person A through the bank to person B. Now, when person B gets the money, right, chances are they're getting a loan so they can catch up on stuff, they can spend money, they probably got bills or something like that. So person B spends the $900 in various businesses, right? Well, those businesses have bank accounts as well, right? So for this example, let's just say that all of those businesses deposit the $900 that he spent into the same bank, which is Chase. All right? All of them got business accounts at Chase. Well, now Chase just deposited $900, and according to fractional reserve banking, 10%, Chase must keep $90, but it can loan out the other $810. Right? To person C. Alright? Well, person C got bills. It's a reason why they got the loan in the first place. They might need to pay off something, pay this, pay that. So person C gonna take that $810 and spend it at various businesses. Might have to pay utilities or water bill or whatever they need to catch up on. And those businesses also have business accounts. And let's just say all of them have business accounts at Wells Fargo. Well, that means the $810 that was spent will be redeposited all at Wells Fargo. And according to 10% fractional reserve banking, Wells Fargo takes that $810. They have to keep $81 of that, which is 10%. But they can loan out the other $729 to person D, and on and on and on and on, right? So what you have here is money being circulated through the system, right? And you have other money being created out of thin air, literally, all right? So what you have in this example, I have an initial $1,000, all right, that only $271 has been kept in reserve. $100 from Bank of America, which is 10% of that. $90 has been kept in Chase, which is 10% of that. And $81 that has been kept in Wells Fargo, which is 10% of that. So out of that $1,000 that was initially deposited, only $271 was actually kept in reserves. And that's over 3 different banks that have passed this money around, right? But if you add up deposits, all right, deposit $1,000, Deposit $900. That's $1,900. Another deposit $810. That's $2,710, right? And if you add up the loans and the deposits that go together, you got $5,149 that has been generated off that initial $1,000, right? It's literally money coming out of thin air, right? Not to mention that when this person pays back this loan, they have to pay it back with interest to the bank, right? So that's how the banks make money, right? So you say, Jamarcus, what does this mean to me, the average person? Well, multiple things. Number one, this is the explanation for why the price of stuff constantly goes up. This is why we have inflation, because you literally have money coming out of thin air, chasing the same amount of products and services, right? Wonder why the cost of bread, well, man, back in my day, bread used to be this, bread used to be that, bread high. Man, back in my day, milk used to be this. Yeah, those common goods, because of inflation, because of fractional reserve banking, they literally pulling money out the air. That's why the cost of stuff is constantly going up and up and up and up, right? So that's how that affects you. Another way it affects you is because of your savings, right? The bank really doesn't care that much about your savings per se, as far as how much you are actually saving. It doesn't matter, because they only need 10% of it. They're going to lend out the other 90%, right? Which is why they're not just pushing savings like that, right? I hate to say it, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Savings is becoming an obsolete idea. The United States has one of the lowest savings rates in the world. But we have one of the highest investment rates, right? Because saving has become obsolete. The reason why it's becoming obsolete is because we are dealing with a dollar that's not backed by anything. It has literally become a currency. And the root word in currency is current. And if you know anything about a beach, the current is what actually keeps the waves constantly moving, right? So your money is meant to be thought about like a currency. It's meant to be kept moving. When you're saving it, you're trying to park that currency. You're trying to stop that currency from movement. You're literally trying to stop a wave. And that's why you're not seeing much return off of that. Because money is not meant to just be parked in the savings account. Not anymore. That's an obsolete idea. Money is meant to be passed from asset to asset. Now, in this example, they're literally passing the money through the bank to the next person. From that next person through businesses to the next bank, and on and on and on. What you can do, you can find different valuable assets to pass your money around. What do you mean, Jamarcus? Study real estate, study stocks, study business ideas, study gold and silver, precious metals, study royalties, intellectual property, study all the different ways that you can reinvest your money to make you some more money, and find valuable ways to grow your money, to keep your money moving from asset to asset. That way, you won't have to try to park a currency. You won't have to try to stop a wave. Because as you can see, this is the system. This is the fractional reserve banking system. Your money is meant to keep moving, which is why they don't reward you at all by saving it, by keeping it stacked up. Your money is literally meant to keep moving. Also, when you save your money, if you got a decent amount of money in savings, they're going to give you a 1098 at the end of the year from the bank with interest. And that's going to negatively affect your tax return, because that's untaxed money on the interest of your savings account. That's going to make your tax return go down. All right, so it's unpopular to say, but savings is an obsolete idea. It's becoming obsolete. You have to find ways to invest that money and reinvest it over and over. All right? This is Jay with the NBA, and this is Money Mondays, episode 6. Peace.